Hey everyone, I just wanted to quickly come on and share some cards that I was working on this weekend. I hadn't really played with this suite that I had gotten out of the annual catalog. I'll just show quickly. It's a little suite here that comes with papers, some dies, some alphabet dies, some ribbons. This is just showing pages 100 and 101 from the annual catalog. But it's a whole set that comes together. Sorry for the noise. And part of it is the 6x6 papers. And I had just wanted to make some cards using those papers. I'm just going to flip through really quick. I think there's a lot of fun patterns in here, both for just a full card background, but then a lot of cool patterns just to like cut with the alphabet dies. And the colors that go along with this are, let's see, I know it's Night of Navy, Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Crushed Curry. I used Bumblebee in a few instances. Purple Posy, and of course Whisper White. But anyway, those are the papers. Just to give you an idea too, what I like to do with my 6x6 papers, I like to look for ways to use them, and then once I do that, my layout kind of just goes on and on. So all my cards have a similar layout, just with a little twist. But I cut the papers this time at 3 inches, so I had two 3x6 inch pieces, and then the one 3x6 piece I cut at 3 inches to come up with a 3x3 square, and then I cut it further at 1.5 by 1.5 to have a 1.5 by 3 inch, two pieces like that. So you'll see once I bring the cards out. I'm just going to quickly show, here are the, and some of these alphabet dies are sitting on my other work surface, so they're a way that just some fun alphabets, and they give you more than one letter, so I like that you can, if you're spelling hello or something, you can do it all at once versus just the individual letters. So and then some other products I used for these cards. I used some backgrounds. I love the Subtle Embossing 3D folder. Such a nice background, subtle as it's named pattern, but that's retiring this year, as well as the Dainty Diamonds. These are available while supplies last. The catalog ends, I think, May 3rd, so if you're interested in those, you may want to check that out. I also used this Written in Nature stamp set, retiring this year. I love this set. There's another, it's a 2-part set. It's a little more expensive, but that is why it's a red rubber. I love this Thinking of You. It fits perfectly in a circle punch. You'll see it on some of the cards. I also use this Whale Done with the matching punch that comes with it. And then, of course, I did also use, I used these 3 sets. I'll link everything below too, but I used this Happiest of Birthdays stamp set, the Happy Little Bit Late Birthday. I used this Pretty Perennials with the dies, and this Nothing's Better Than with the dies. So I think it's more fun to look at the actual cards. So I will go ahead and do that. So I think you can see here that for this card, here's that 3x3 inch piece, and then the 1.5 inch piece on the, oops, sorry, I'm not in frame, the 3x3, and then the 1.5 inch on the bottom. And so I just kind of matched up the pieces that I thought went well together, layered them on a 3.25 by 4.5 inch piece of cardstock. And then I did do another layer. I think it's really hard to see with my lighting, with just that Dainty Diamonds embossing folder, just to give it a little extra oomph. I used this ribbon here, which also comes from that Playing with Patterns ribbon combo pack. It's really soft and really nice. I liked tying a bow with it. And then here, of course, are the die cuts that I used for Happy Birthday to You. So, and then on the inside, I was gonna stamp that Cue the Confetti in here, but I haven't done that yet. So that's my first card. Here's another version, again with, this was just using a circle punch with that Thinking of You stamp set. Here's another version of the card. Again, these are all very similar in layout. I'm just switching up the pattern paper. I cut these letters from the pattern paper. and I did that ribbon technique where I kind of split the paper out. It looks like a suede type ribbon, has a little texture to it. This label is one of my favorites. It's from the Tasteful Labels die. So just a few more of these with hello. I love that pretty polka dot. Here's using kind of that subtle embossing folder in the background just to give it a little more texture. Same here. Here's that whale done using the whale stamp and punch, and then just a little stamp there. This is using that Nothing's Better Than stamp set. I think this is from Here's a Card. But yeah, this is all stamped, and then you can cut it out with the die. I thought that was kind of fun. Kind of a tropical feeling there. This one I haven't added a sentiment to yet, but I wanted to show how this layout could look with like that pretty perennials set. I thought that turned out really pretty. I liked how that looked. And then these are all very similar, just using that Thinking With You. And this way I kind of changed the layout a little bit just to flip it so the smaller strip is on top. Hopefully you guys can see these. And then just back to some of the others here. Just gonna flip through kind of quickly. Then with some of the remaining strips that I hadn't used yet, I think this is 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. I will need to look at the measurements and I can put those below. But this is just using that Happy Birthday stamp set. This is another layout that I like to use where I just have a bold sentiment. I have some cool paper that I like to use in the background. These come together really quickly. I do think layering it with a with cardstock just makes it really pop. And you can always cut, you know, shapes out of that cardstock if you want to conserve it too. But just kind of trying to show off the paper and have some birthday cards on hand. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed these cards. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. Like I said, I'll link to another more of a tutorial I did with this card layout that would have all of the measurements included. But hope you enjoyed, everyone. Thanks so much. Bye.